Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Biospecialist, where we explore the fascinating world of biology. Today we're going to learn about the Mark-Release-Recapture Method, a technique that scientists use to estimate the size of animal populations in the wild. You may wonder why we need to know how many animals of a certain species live in a particular area. Well, there are many reasons for that. For example, we may want to monitor the health and conservation status of endangered species. Or we may want to understand how different factors affect the population dynamics and interactions of animals in an ecosystem. But counting every single animal in a large area is not easy, especially if they are fast-moving, secretive, or rare. That's why scientists use the Mark-Release-Recapture method. It involves capturing a sample of animals, marking them in some way, releasing them back into their habitat, and then recapturing another sample later on. By comparing the number of marked and unmarked animals in the second sample, we can estimate the total population size using some simple math. The Mark-Release-Recapture method was first used for ecological study in 1896 by C.G. Johannes Petersen. He was a Danish marine biologist who wanted to estimate the population of plaice, a type of flatfish in the North Sea. He marked 34,000 plaice with metal tags and released them back into the water. Over the next 4 years, he recaptured 1,100 marked plaice out of 72,000 total plaice caught by fishermen. Using these numbers, he calculated that the plaice population in the North Sea was about 2.2 million. Since then, the Mark-Release-Recapture method has been widely used for many different animal species, from insects to mammals. The marking methods can vary depending on the type and size of the animal. One may attach tags, bands, collars, or microchips to the animals. One may also paint or clip parts of their fur, feathers, or shells. The marking should be harmless and durable, and should not affect the survival or behavior of the animals. Let's look at an example of how the Mark-Release-Recapture method works in practice. How can we use this information to estimate the size of turtle population in Trinidad and Tobago? We capture 50 turtles on a beach using nets, mark them with paint on their shells, and release them back into the sea. We wait for a week and then capture another 60 turtles on the same beach. We find that 10 of them are marked with paint. We can use a formula called the Lincoln-Petersen estimator. It is based on the assumption that the proportion of marked animals in the second sample is equal to the proportion of marked animals in the whole population. The formula is N equals mxc r, where n is the estimated population size, which is what we are trying to determine. N is the number of animals marked in the first sample, C is the number of animals captured in the second sample, and R is the number of animals recaptured in the second sample. By plugging our numbers into the formula, we get N equals 50 by 60, 10. N equals 300. Of course, this is only an estimate and it may not be very accurate. There are many sources of error and uncertainty that can affect the results of the Mark-Release-Recapture method. For example, the population may not be closed, meaning that some animals may die, migrate, or reproduce between samples. The marking may affect the survival or behavior of some animals, making them more or less likely to be recaptured. The sampling may not be random or representative of the whole population. To reduce these errors and improve our confidence in our estimate, we can do several things. Use multiple samples instead of just two. Use statistical methods to calculate confidence intervals or adjust for biases. Compare our results with other methods or sources of information. As you can see, the Mark-Release-Recapture method is a useful and simple technique that can help us estimate the size of animal populations in the wild. That's all for today's episode of The Biospecialist. I hope you learned something new and interesting. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more biology videos. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your questions or suggestions for future topics. Thanks for watching and see you next time.